Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our names are Maria Camila Sepúlveda and Maria Alejandra Rojas. We are chemistry students at the University of Quindío. Today, we plan to be brief. If you have any questions, we will be happy to answer them at the end of our presentation. The topic of our talk is antimatter. We are going to divide this talk into four parts. First, we will talk about what is antimatter. Then we will see where did it come from, how did they demonstrate it, and why is this important. And finally, there will be a small summary and the conclusion. Okay, let's start by describing the antiparticles, which are a group of particles with properties similar to the conventional ones but with the opposite charge. So, just as there is a proton and an electron that form an atom, we can have an antiproton and anti-electron of opposite charge to make an antiatom. Well, I think I be saying now about what they are. Now, let's see where they arise for the antiparticles arise for the application of relativity to quantum mechanics. First predicted by Paul Dirac in 1928 with the Dirac equation, an equation that combines quantum mechanics with relativity and explains the behavior of an electron. This equation has two solutions, one positive and one negative. From there, Dirac interpreted that if there was an electron with a negative charge, there must also be a positron that is an identical particle but with the opposite charge. In fact, he suggests that there must be an antiparticle for every particle, and thus the concept of matter and antimatter was born little by little. Sometime later, this theory was experimentally demonstrated by Carl Anderson in 1932 while operating a cooled chamber with the cosmic rays. He accidentally observed the existence of slightly strange electron, later called positron, as I mentioned earlier. These cameras are used to detect particles emitting a gas that ionizes after the passage of particles, so that you can note that the trajectory they have. He uses magnetic field so that when a particle passes through the chamber, their path is bent by its electrical charge. In this way, it was possible for the particles to go to one side and the particles, to the other. Now, why is this important? This discovery was of great relevance because it was discovered that anti-elements also exist. Since in 1955, it is known that anti-hydrogen can be produced, but it has never been past this, which is simplest element. However, it is believed that if they can be create the fundamental building block of matter, in the future, even completed at antimatter molecules will be able to be made.
A good example of this is how antiparticles have been found in radioactivity process, for example in sodium-22, which is a natural source of antiparticle emission. Here we can clearly see that antimatter is not dark matter, anything like that. They only disappear as soon as they find a common matter particle. However, in controlled environment that can exist and can even be giant multiple use as in a medicine. So what I am saying in the that antiparticles have already been used. An example of the is positron emission tomography. abbreviated as PAT, which coins of the production and antiparticles in the body using reaction to look for pathology, showing how organs work and tissues. Currently, CARN, the AA project is also studying the use of antiproton in cancer therapy. There's a particular and more destructive ability to the particle, the bombard tumor. Although it has not yet been tested in human cells. This therapy has been successfully tested in host cancer cells. In the future, antimatter could serve a promising element in the production of energy, which cannot be done and present science that antiparticles are very expensive to manufacture. But if a source of antimatter were found, it would be in the end shortage of energy resources. This theory stems from the fact that when matter and antimatter annihilate, they leave a good form of energy in the form of light. It is then that it is discovered that just 1 gram of antimatter alone would release energy equivalent to a nuclear bomb. In the same way, it also serves to explain why we exist at fear according to the Big Bang theory. The origin of all matter and antimatter beings have occurred through a pattern of total symmetry. If so, we would have already disappeared. Therefore, it is necessary that there be at least one more particle on matter for every one of antimatter it placed very far from here. In summary, 19 existence of antimatter by means of equation. In 1932, Carl Anderson demonstrated in experimental, and in 1955, the existence of antihydrogen was demonstrated and the manufacture began. Unfortunately, I will conclude very brief by saying antiparticles are normal and not bad at some people. And we even saw that they have used with positive recourse for people. That brings to the end of our presentation. Any question? I hope I have made it clear.